Hey, what's going on? This is Sunshine.
And E.
All right, all right.
Here we go. Let's hit it. Hit it, hit it, hit it. We are back again for another reaction video, guys.
All right.
Thanks for channeling in with us.
Yeah. Moving on to some new things, and one of those new things we're doing our animation, and most of it is I guess humor, and so that's cool. We like humor. So this one is Simpsons Predictions of 2021.
Interesting.
Hope one of those, everybody around the country and around the world gets better from this COVID. So that's one thing that they predict, and I hope that happens. But we're gonna get into Simpsons. They're one of my favorite cartoon shows or series. And it's good thing about cartoons, man. They never get old. You can run them forever. So but I guess you still got to have somebody do the voice. But before we get in this, do us a favor. If you can like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also share. And then once you get a chance, just comment below. And let's get into this video, the Simpsons Predictions for 2021.
Full of modern Nostradamuses, or Nostradami? Anyway, the point is, these folks are fortune tellers on a level we haven't seen since biblical times. So what does King Homer and the gang have in store for us in 2021? Let's look at some times the Simpsons saw into the future and why some folks are freaked out about what they see coming for 2021.
Wow.
Since the dawn of Homer, we've seen the Simpsons make predictions from Super Bowl wins to NSA surveillance scandals to tiger attacks and magic shows. Sorry, Secret Roy, but to be fair, you didn't need to be the Simpsons to see that one coming. Just in the season 6 episode Lisa's Wedding alone, they predict video chat, smartwatches, and the construction of the Shard building in the London skyline 17 years before it was built. It's not just the older classic seasons either. In season 21, they had Homer on the US curling team beating Sweden for gold 8 years before the exact matchup in Pyeongchang. In season 23, they knew Lady Gaga would be in the Super Bowl halftime show, although when she did, she didn't take their cue on a fireworks projecting bra because, well, divas probably. Even when they're wrong, they're right. When season 11 came out in 2000, would you have expected to picture President Donald Trump conceding to President Lisa?
Wow.
Quite a budget crunch for President Trump.
Hey, don't get mad at me.
No,
I
I
voted for
haven't seen that.
Kodos.
I don't think
While
so.
we're on voting, they predicted in 2008 voting machines where people try to vote for one candidate and the machine selected another, only to have that
Oh my
happen in the very
goodness.
next presidential
It's a setup.
election when a voting machine wouldn't let a voter select
Oh,
then
yeah.
President Obama. It didn't count, relax. How about some science? Homer becomes an inventor in the 10th season and writes an equation on a chalkboard. Years later, when scientists discovered the Higgs boson, also known as the God particle, look it up, nerds. Well, it turns out that the mass was similar to Homer's work. Three-eyed fish in rivers, mutant tomatoes, stealing grease for cash, it's all been thought of by the ghosts of Springfield past. You might call them writers, but I'd call them prophets of Evergreen Terrace.
What's going on?
Oh, and did I mention that they also called Disney acquiring the rights to The Simpsons themselves? Smart like a group of 20th century foxes. So what has the internet community all up in arms? Well, I mean, besides that and that. Okay, so their arms are always up on something, but what I'm trying to segue casually to is the fact that in the recent Halloween episode, known to fans as the Treehouse of Horrors, the writer's room was especially sour on the outlook of America in 2021.
Wow.
Haven't we had enough of this year? Well, someone left some black licorice in their candy bowls because they painted a pretty bleak picture of where America will be in a year's time. Firstly, they start us in nice and casual-like with a general apocalypse since Homie forgot to vote. He slept through it, and by the time Inauguration Day, January 20th, 2021 appears on screen, well, let's just say those killer robots are a little worse to Hans Moleman than your typical football in the groin. As Hans puts it in the way only his kind wrinkled peanut can.
Oh, that's what I get for voting for Kanye.
The divinations don't end there. Fans have noted after the election that the map actually shown on screen in the episode pretty closely matches what the final electoral college map ended up being. Some of the states that flipped from red to blue match up. This could be a sign that someone in Springfield is a close observer of substandard polling, but fans are not convinced. How the creators of the show know this information is anyone's guess.
Right.
Maybe these oracles traded their souls for donuts, or perhaps guest star
Interesting.
Lucy Lawless put it best when she said, "A wizard did it." Sure, we could flatly assume that they're just a bunch of soothsayers who landed a cushy Hollywood job to settle their outstanding gambling debts, but that would just be too easy. The truth is, the show has always held up a mirror to society, which has influenced society in turn. Paul McCartney responded to a 50-year-old fan letter, as happened in an episode where Marge painted an homage to Ringo. As one of the original and longest-standing writers, Al Jean said in an article with the BBC, "If you make enough predictions, then 10% will turn out to be right." Since much of the writing takes place long before it's animated, the creators are sometimes forced to project months ahead of the airing of an episode, so they'll make assumptions to seem timely. Just this year, in a 2020 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Simpsons writer Bill Oakley spoke candidly about how the show has been eerily accurate on their predictions. There are very few cases where The Simpsons predicted something. It's mainly just coincidence because the episodes are so old that history repeats itself.
We're through the looking glass here, people.
The reason The Simpsons have been in our homes and hearts for this long is because they've always known where we've been guides where we're going. For years, the residents of Springfield have been holding up a mirror to our modern society and sneaking in historical context to the point that they've made history themselves. What parts of their 2021 predictions do you see coming true, and do you have any predictions of your own? Share below in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe for more from us at Screen Rant.
Wow.
I mean, so what do you mean by... Okay, I get that history does repeat itself.
Right.
But some of this stuff had not repeated itself.
Well, see, that's what they're saying.
I take that back. Well, not in the States it hasn't.
Well,
you know, as far as mask wearing, there were some countries where...
Yeah, there's a lot of I talked to some Asian folks, and they said they used to do that a lot anyways. They'd walk around with masks on a lot, so that wasn't really a big deal for them to do that. But, I mean, not in the manner that we're doing today, but I used to look, I asked the guy, and I said, man, I'd seen some film and seen people with, he said, yeah, we used to do that as a Vietnamese guy. He said they would wear masks on a regular basis from time to time, so that's wasn't nothing.
Yeah, but I saw some other ones, not in this one, of course, but where they brought up the vaccine, all of that kind of stuff, and I'm like...
Well, I mean, but if you go, it's weird, if you go back, like they said, a couple things that if you do a bunch of predictions, 10% of them are going to probably hit just based on how you think things may go. So you're going to be right on some of those. And then the things that, like I said, they'll repeat the side. They did an episode on a great entertainer overdose. I mean, that happens from time to time. That's kind of, so it's not like really predicting them. But if they, so you can do some predictions. Like we could do some right now for next year. Maybe we'll do that one day. We'll do like our top 20 predictions and see how many will come true. I bet you at least one or two probably will.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, we're going to try that one time. Maybe we'll do that.
I don't know. I think it's too coincidental. I'm just saying there's just too many of their episodes. I get it, the 10%. So, some will come true. But I'm just saying there was just too many predictions that show.
But it's a slow percentage because when they do come true, you're so wild over it, you don't notice how that was in the minority of coming true. So you really don't put it in perspective when you do that. That's my belief. That's why you saw in all of it, wow, they figured it out and see that coming. Where, we all probably have some things, well, I knew this was going to happen. I thought this would happen. I thought by this time, because there's certain things we thought, like flying cars would come before, maybe, somewhere where you can look on your phone and see someone else and talk back to back. We might have thought there was flying cars before something like that. We never thought that some people never thought that there would never be a use for a payphone. There's zero use for a payphone now. So, hey,
some people don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's true. But, but yeah, we don't go on and on. But yeah, y'all tell us if y'all, think of some predictions and that you all predicted at one time and they came true, or something that you think may come true.
I just think, and don't mean to reiterate this, but I mean, I used to think always, even in movies, there's some truth to. I mean, because people just think of stuff out the sky and just think, oh, okay, let me write about this. There's some truth to it.
Yeah, I think some truth, but I think some of it is not necessarily coincidental. We find out later on that there was this knowledge before, but until we came, it comes out today, and we find out 20 years ago they knew about it. So somehow if that gets out, you know, it sounds like they're predicting where they knew 20 years ago. So, but y'all do us a favor. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also share and comment below. And I do believe that's it.
Yep, that's it. Thanks for listening to Sunshine and E.